I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never going back. Man, I'm never going back. I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never going back.
What's up? What's up? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? All right, y'all. So sorry about that. What's up? What's up? I am Rebel Ray, and I'm your hostess with the mostest, and this is
R. Collins.
And together we make Against All Odds.
Definitely.
And we're working out some more little lighting here and there, trying things out. See, we added the red lighting on the floor. Go ahead, Art Collins.
Hey, we're going higher. That's what it's about.
We're going higher.
You know what I mean? It's about going
higher. I wish I can sometimes come down like Kiki.
Okay.
You can hit that falsetto if you want to though. You do that real good.
Hey, I'm a studio falsetto hitter. I hit it in the studio.
I remember.
Remember? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I remember.
Okay.
Everybody always wanted to hit the Minnie Rippleton. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do. You supposed to hit it. Cause I sure ain't hit. I try to hit it again. I didn't hit it good. So.
Oh no.
But that's one of my favorites.
Oh.
Beautiful harmony, beautiful. Shout out to all of our followers and listeners. We're feeling good, right? Feeling good in the spirit about everything that we're manifesting, we're creating positivity, bringing the atmosphere.
Yes.
Right. Art Collins, your visions have been coming forward, and we hold each other what I like about us and our collaborations and our partnership, we hold each other accountable.
Definitely.
Because
you definitely hold me accountable
all day long.
That's for sure.
Somebody better talk about it.
Hey.
Sister-in-law is not going to be. No, I'm his sister in love, and I tell it like it is. Art Collins is Jesus carpenter and electricianer. Okay, and he ran the wires. The studio looks wonderful. And guess what? He at first was just going to throw it up there. I think he thought he was Spider-Man, and he thought he was just going to fling the web or something, and it looked just like that, everyone. It looked like a web of wires or something he just flung up there. And I said, oh no, Art Collins, we're going for black excellence up in here. Somebody, when I start taking that church clap, y'all better take me serious. When I say you can have somebody on your level hold you accountable to excellence, you always going to execute. Mm-hmm. You hear me?
Yep.
That's why you can't be a tag along. You got to sometimes speak in candor. Mm-hmm. No, that's not how we going to do it. That's not how we going to do it. We going to shoot for excellence.
Always. And excellence is the key.
And I've been doing that, Art Collins.
You have. See, a lot of people don't know some of the stuff you got going on in the background.
No, they
you know
don't.
what I'm saying?
It's cool.
You got a lot of dope stuff going on, and I think that, eventually, people, they're gonna know what's going on.
I should have did this way earlier, y'all. But I feel like we'll adjust it later. It looks like it's turned upside down. I feel like at the end of the day, nobody is going to judge you harder than yourself anyway.
Yeah.
So just execute the way you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely.
But execute with like all your mind, all your heart, your soul, your spirit, no regrets.
No regrets.
And guess what?
Period.
Guess what? I always bring this up. Being a mortician's kid, it taught me that lesson. I saw a lot of people's regrets at funerals, the stories that they would say. You know, I was the little My Girl. I was the chocolate version of My Girl. What's the little girl's name? I forgot her name.
Yeah.
And I would be sitting around the corners and I would be listening to just the stories of regrets. I never want to have regrets.
Yeah.
The funeral home taught me that. The funeral, the mortuary business taught me that.
Yes, definitely. I agree with that. Why live life? Life is so short, first of all. We don't know when, we don't know how, we don't know what day. You know, why live in misery and not change the cycle of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Skip that. If I'm living in misery, in my mind, I gotta change that. Something. No. We gotta change.
My ancestors fought for me to be here. Come on,
man. Look.
Look. If we honoring the ancestors, hold on.
If they was here right now, them same ones that was getting whipped, them same one. Trust me.
Can I say something?
All of them would be millionaires right now because they would have such a drive.
Come on, somebody, Ashe.
Because of the freedoms we have right now,
they didn't have. That's why I vote.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do feel disheartened what's happening in politics. I feel disheartened, but I still vote. I still exercise my rights. And you know, that's how you honor your ancestors. Oh my God, let's just listen to this for a minute, because we know we Sioux on my daddy's side, and there's some Cherokee. There's some Blackfoot way further back, and we got some Seminole, which is Sioux. And yeah, they all in that region because they all migrated.
Yeah.
But we got all of that in our background. But we also know that we have slavery in our background.
Definitely.
And for just our ancestors to be brought over, whatever highway they were brought over, whether it was by indentured servitude, whether it was by being brought over against their will, stolen and reared in the South, right? We all know they have stories.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
They have stories, and
powerful stories.
We are our ancestors' dreams.
That's
how I feel about it.
What we do now is a reflection.
That's right.
Of everything that they experienced and went through.
Yeah.
We are a manifestation of that, you know, and we don't want their deaths to be in vain. No. You know, because if we were in those times, we would pray for times like this.
I'm just gonna go back 2 generations.
We would pray for times like this.
You ready? And shout out to my dear sister Art Collins' wife. I always give honor to her because she's doing something Rebel can't do right now, and that's marriage, first of all. And she has shown me what it means to be a real woman. Okay, y'all don't even know, because this one right here, he difficult, and she has the house clean. She cooks. She takes care of all the kids. Their hair is always nicely done. She get her nails done. She goes to the gym when she can. Right? She do whatever she can to keep the family going. And her older sister, she's my counsel. She's my counsel when I need grounding. So shout out to her, because, you know, you couldn't be you without Netta.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to be honest.
I tell her all the time.
I'm going to uplift my sister now. Yeah,
I tell her all the time.
People don't see Black queens do that.
They don't,
We need to do that more.
I am who I am because of my wife.
Yes. And I'm excited for y'all marriage.
Real talk.
I'm excited for y'all. I'm excited for y'all individually. Both of you are entrepreneurs, and multi-entrepreneur or plural entrepreneur is a thing where you have different businesses that you run. They both do that. It's wonderful. Yeah. And they have that mindset of going after it.
Yeah.
We got to do what we got to do.
Definitely.
So speaking of marriages, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm always looking like at the social dynamics of how things are in the world. Again, I told you, oh no, I said this on a Zoom. It
Mhm.
hadn't happened yet when we were Friday
Yeah.
in there, but we want to just in prayer remember the 8 individuals. I want to say it was 8, and it might have been another 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was 9. That
It was. Yeah.
It was 9 altogether.
Was it?
One? I think one passed away. We have to look that up. Crew member, if you can look that up to see what was confirmed fatalities from the Astro World concert.
Do you know what state that was in?
Yeah, that was in his home state, I believe, Texas.
Texas? Oh.
Houston City. I want to say that's where he's from, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But that is his festival, along with some other partners with Major Money and Pool. And yeah, so it has been 9 confirmed. And
Wow.
most of those were young people, young people, young
Wow.
people. One was a husband who was trying to, either a husband or fiance who was trying to save his wife.
Wow.
And that just, it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I have to hear about trauma all around us. That was kind of like a massacre by rage. So let me tell you what they're saying. The storming and the raging is what killed everyone being crushed. And some of you all seen videos, some of you all heard people. And I don't know if you were moved by that. You should have been. There should have been some empathy, hearing people being crushed to death or suffocated. It was hundreds that actually went to the hospital for.
It was a whole. I mean, imagine
moderate to acute, like asphyxiation, because just couldn't breathe, or just small little abrasions. But it was how many people there, crew member? I want to say 50,000 people. 50,000 people. So just imagine you making your way. You just and you going through your way for a whole 30 minutes, getting to the front of the stage, right? And I don't know if it was like a free VIP. I don't know if there were barriers. They're still doing an investigation. They're letting the details out. But they're saying that, Travis Scott, he did not really know what was happening, even though the crowd was chanting, "Stop the show, stop the show, stop the show." It's so many details coming out. Where's Rebel going with this?
Yeah.
Where are we at in society? Where do we need to be empathetic? Do we need to be open more? What possesses a crowd? Now, mind you, there have been large rock star concert crowds. Maybe that didn't make the media, but Queen, Led Zeppelin, come on. Name a couple of them that had thousands and thousands
the
and
Beatles.
thousands. The Beatles. Have you ever heard of somebody being crushed and suffocated by people? They said it was the surge that killed the people. They said the tremendous impact of the barrier of people was so entangled in mesh that it allowed people not to breathe.
Wow.
Or crush them.
Wow,
listen, somebody, where are we at as humanities? And shout out to Meg Stallion. Get the bag, girl. Hear me? Get the bag with your fire nails.
Hold on, what is going on? Hold on. Wait, rewind. What is she doing?
Shout out.
We're giving shout outs to Meg.
Hold on. And I don't propagate, we like our chicken, no. But shout out to Meg Stallion. Some of y'all don't know. The girl's getting the bag. I'm not mad at her.
How is she getting the bag?
She's getting the bag because she just got the new Popeyes hot sauce called Batty Hot Sauce in her name. Meg Thee Stallion Batty Hot Sauce. Hottie Hot Sauce.
Wow.
And on the commercial is her and all red like that, but she in like a cowgirl outfit. And she got her nails flaming red on top of red. I love nail art.
I noticed nail artists getting like a lot
It's been.
stronger.
No. It's been. Let me tell you who was rocking nail art. Down in Detroit,
Mhm.
Chicago, deep area, nail art always been popping.
Wow.
It was always some Korean brother and sister. That's a culture of pop culture.
Wow.
It was always like some Korean brother and sister or something that knew how to like flip hand nails. My auntie told me back in the 70s, she was getting her pinky molded into a gold pinky and she
Wow.
would sharpen it like this. And I said, "Oh, auntie, I don't even want to know what the sharpen was for because you know why them old pimps kept a long nail."
Oh yeah, they used to do coke.
Exactly.
Back in they used to do
But
coke.
I think it was a fad. Like you remember
Mhm.
during the 90s, no, the 2000s, you would go to East Bay and some people had the canine with the gold teeth, the gold canine. You ever
Oh
seen
yeah,
those?
yeah.
Mhm. And then that started being like gang related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, the one gold nail pinky, and the girl would put like a little bit of that. What is that formula that goes on your cuticle? I don't know. And seal it and put the and mold the gold pinky. She would go to her jeweler because she liked gold and
Yeah.
jewels. Yeah. But that's shout out. So shout out to Meg Stallion. She's getting the bag. So I wonder how much crew member she made on that commercial. How much did Meg Thee Stallion make on the Popeyes chicken commercial? I didn't hear that last.
I didn't even
part.
know she did
Text me.
one, honestly.
No, I know because you don't probably follow her because you know it's not really that's not.
Yeah, that's not my
Yeah.
thing, but
Right.
hey, you know,
But
teach his own.
she's I like her style, I like her swag. She's
Mhm.
Southern, but she's sassy with it. And you know anybody who has Meg Thee Stallion knees, bless your heart, because Rebel, Rebel got old knees, old knees. When I get up and down, I'll be like, old,
Man,
out.
I'm telling you, I'll be going up the stairs sometimes. I'll be like, ooh.
I like my sweet tea, and that's what gets in your joints is sugar.
Man.
Leave the sugar alone while I'm chewing on some peach rings
Mhm.
and sipping
Yeah, talk about
my
leave the
sweet tea.
sugar alone.
In
Now-
other news,
Yeah, but we got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of great things happening. You know,
what you excited about it about?
I'm really excited, honestly, the most
Uh-huh.
about being alive right now.
Ooh, I should.
You know what I mean? I'm excited and thankful that I'm alive. You know, I'm well, I'm healthy. You know, and that's something I'm excited about right now because, you know, there was a time I didn't feel that I would even make it to be the age that I am right now.
So let me tell you what brought that nostalgia for me today. It was the fog.
Oh yeah.
The fog, like how it moves in real low.
It got real foggy.
It grounds
here really
you.
quick.
And you want to be like in a space somewhere. Because I necessarily don't want to be driving.
Yeah.
So when I'm in like a good space, do you know, it feels so good to just reminisce on good things.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
About how you were just so grateful.
Yeah.
Things are going the way you planned and what you executed and what you saw in your mind. And did you see all of this or did you like create as you went?
So both, right? So for a while, I researched heavily, like on what I really wanted to do, and how I wanted to do it, and I felt like, you know, after really coming to the conclusion that I'm saying, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Hey, guess what? It brought me, to the place where I was like, you know what, I want to go all the way in. So when I went all the way in, you know, and as I'm going all the way in, you know, it allowed me to be creative.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Oh, I could do this. Oh, maybe you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can I do this? Or how can I set this up? Or how can I do this? You know, right along with the vision that I already had for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, what's up?
The baby just keeps putting stuff in his mouth. And our crew member was like, the baby got something in his mouth. Oh my God. My little baby keeps me on my toes nowadays.
You know,
Not to steal the
grab-
shine from you, because
No.
what you were saying, I was feeling
No,
like
no.
this one right here.
Hey, kids are a blessing though. Kids are like
He keeps me on my toes.
they're gonna keep you on your toes.
Yeah. He keep me on my toes. And you know what I want to say? Anybody who has anything to say about my babies, let's normalize being mommies everywhere. Let's just normalize that. Because without mothers, thank you, the world, I don't know. I don't know about the world. I mean, good mothers. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say good mothers. I hate putting labels on people. But it's a lot to be a mama.
It is. It takes a whole lot to be a mom.
We love our kids though.
Love.
I see my essence in the different each of my children, their face, their affects, their mannerisms, their animations. And then sometimes I'll be like, nope, that's not me. Where did you get that from?
Yeah.
No,
Right.
sir. And my little one, my newest baby, blessed the Prince Amir, Mr. Amir Giovanni. He has a very peculiar personality, and I have to be very careful with it. I can't rush it too much. He's like, I like what I like. I like what I want. Leave it alone, mommy.
Yeah.
But would throw a whole fit, and right now he's hitting, and I'm really sad about that.
Well, they got certain kids got stages that they go through.
Yeah.
Right now you just got that terrible stage where he's gonna go and get in everything. He's a little young boy too, so little young boys.
He bit me on the finger, and it hurt my heart more than it hit my finger.
Oh,
Because I was so appalled. I was like stuck, but he still had it in his mouth, and he was like, ah. And I was like, you're biting me, my poor baby, you're biting me. Stop it, let go.
they're gonna do that.
And he broke through the skin, and he was just mad that I'm taking stuff out of his mouth because I'm trying to protect him. But yeah, we're kind of going. His personality is big. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
And he's not someone who loves a lot of people. Like Maya, she's the one that loves people.
She loves everybody.
Amir, he's like, stop. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Let me watch you for
a little bit.
a little bit. You know what I mean? Before we even.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm a lot like I think of Maya, but I'm a little bit in the middle with
God is just so great.
Just reflecting on my children, reflecting on my journey.
Bless us with blessings like that. Yeah. Some people don't really understand how blessed you really are. Just having kids and, being fruitful, man.
And I lift my grandmothers up. They died in childbirth. So we never got to learn my father's mother or know her. She died of childbirth complications. And after childbirth, and then my maternal grandmother, my mother's mother, the same. And Afro-American mothers have real issues with childbirth, real issues. Everything from infertility to womb trauma.
That's true.
To we have high rates of fibroids, cysts, and colon cancer. So, and then HPV is rising, right?
Yeah.
So understanding your body, ladies, I went through a lot. I had a full placenta previa for the baby. And this is us being grateful. Remember, we're rounding the year. We're seeing what we're manifesting. We're seeing what we're praying for. We're seeing what we're saying we're going to create, and we're going to execute it. We're not going to ask anybody no more for an excuse.
No excuses.
For permission.
Or no permission.
I execute because it's mine. I went for it. I'm going for it. I overcome the mentality of poverty, of the mentality of poverty. I overcome imposter syndrome. I overcome oppression. I overcome naysayers and haters and liars and deceivers and people who want to do black magic, because it's some of them folks out there too.
Man, come on.
I overcome all of them, and I denounce that, and I continue to rise. I continue to move.
That's real.
See, I'm not
That's true.
preaching. This is what I do when I affirm in the morning. This is how I talk to myself.
Straight up. Every
Because
morning.
somebody gonna talk to you. Listen, and you know I love Charlamagne the God. I'm ADHD, y'all. I told y'all.
Mhm.
I just bounce everywhere. I love Charlamagne the God, but he put something on his Instagram.
Mhm.
He said, what I look like to my therapist looking triggered, and he had a what's the serial killer with the mask?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What's the serial killer with the mask?
Jason?
No, not Jason. Mike Myers.
Okay, Michael Myers.
He had a Mike Myers. He had a Mike Myers mask on with the jumpsuit, and he was doing like this. And that resonated with me because it's like all the craziness in the world. You gotta just remember, I am going higher. I have to stay focused.
I gotta stay focused.
This is nothing but a distraction.
Man.
When people come for you on the internet, look, I play it out in my mind. I do like this. In scenario
Skip the
one,
internet, just in general.
No, but it's a lot of internet gangsters.
It's a lot of internet gangsters, but just all the way around.
What I do is I play the different scenarios out of my head. This is me using wise mind. So you have reasonable mind, you got emotional mind, and you got the balance of the two called wise mind. You know, Rebel gonna give you a little G, she gonna give you a little street, and then she gonna give you a little book, right? So this is the book part. So when you can go through the scenario, okay, if I jump over that fence, grab the person's neck, roll over, body slam them, I'm either A, gonna hurt my big neck or my knee. I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna lose everything, right? You go through these scenarios and then you teach yourself, no, I am not gonna react to everything. I'm gonna master my emotion.
I'm gonna master my emotion.
I have a dedicated end, and guess what? I don't care if anybody thinks I'm super hood right now. I'm being unapologetically Black. You can use every euphemism if you want. I know exactly what I'm saying about overcoming. This is Rebel being transparent right now. Overcoming anger.
Yeah, man.
Overcoming.
People don't understand that growth is so important with self.
Yes.
Because if you're not growing with self, and if you're not look, I don't want to be an angry person anymore. I used to be.
Woo.
I don't want to be, a temporal I don't want to be dealing with, and mixed emotions all the time.
No.
I got to figure out how to master that, because guess what?
Cannot act
it's going to take me down. It's not going to take me up.
And we cannot act out on our trauma. We all got different levels of trauma.
Woo. I still got triggers.
Black people, brown people, Asian people, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Ableism people with disabilities, people who you feel like you're not being seen. I see you. And I'm telling you, you can overcome. You can overcome the stereotype. You can overcome those diagnoses that they put on you. I see our little Black and brown children. I see the diagnosis they're giving our children. And a lot of it is just trauma. They're going to react like that because they're always in fight, flight, FOMO, appease mode, right? These are responses. And everything is not always explained by trauma. So don't get me, this is my lens. This is what I use to help me help the people. To help me understand some people's foolishness too, or Collins. I am a therapist. I'm a person though. And I struggle with foolishness. And I have a therapist. A good person has a therapist. A good person has a higher counsel. Come on, somebody.
It's true.
I'm being true right now. I'm being true.
And on the flip side, and on the spiritual side, if the Bible talks about
going to the elders, right?
Yeah, it says it talks about having a what's the word I'm looking for? It just kind of went away. But anyway,
okay.
On the spiritual side, we have to. I'm trying to think of what I was going to say because it was so powerful. And it just went away.
Do you feel like we have to deter? Do we have to actively pursue something? I know I actively pursue happiness.
Yeah.
I actively pursue self-care. I have unplugged, or I continue to strive to unplug from the matrix and the rat race.
People
I
don't
don't
understand.
want to be a servant anymore. When I say a servant, I don't want to be anybody's doormat. I don't want
No.
anybody to use me. I'm going to
No.
work hard for myself.
Yes.
And that's okay to have that mentality. Let me normalize that for y'all.
You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. A lot of
And
us
they don't teach
are
us that. They don't
so
teach us
busy
self-care.
taking care of
Yes.
everybody. We're so busy distracted with other things that we haven't taken the time out on ourselves, you know what I mean, to educate ourselves.
Yes.
Self-growth,
Mhm.
self-help, I
Yeah.
mean, whatever gives you peace or happiness. If going by the water, you know what I mean, and reading a book can give you a peace of
Come
mind,
on.
so that you can think clearly throughout the day, you
Yes.
need to do that for yourself.
Yes, yes.
You see what I'm saying? Before you start trying to tackle all these other life goals,
Yes.
make sure that you're putting in positive things into yourself so that you can grow. And
Yes.
and we're all learning together.
Mhm.
Okay? Because guess what? One thing that I learned, and this is the reason why I was able to get out of prison,
Okay.
look the same. I didn't come out
Mhm.
missing no teeth. I didn't
Oh,
come out with
oh,
no
you-
scars. I didn't come out.
Oh,
Look,
missing teeth.
I didn't come out with my mentality gone, was because I had to change my way of thinking, because I'm not even gonna lie.
Mhm.
My first 5 years, like I was
You were stuck in that thought.
I was look, when I tell you I was in such a dark place
Oh.
that I don't ever want anybody ever to be in. It
Mm.
was the darkest place that I've ever been in my life, and I never want to be in that place again. And I had to get out of it. I said, if I keep going this way, I'm going to commit suicide.
Oh.
It was bad. Like because I couldn't shake.
So I talked to a
The-
pastor.
You know what I mean?
Side note, I talked to a pastor today,
Mhm.
and one of the issues, because I run healing circles.
Yeah.
Y'all come plug me, the People's Empowerment Center. I'm a certified healing circle mediation specialist. Whatever it takes, whatever it is, for whatever background or cultural background, I have individuals who are also healing facilitators that are Black and bound cultural. So whatever culture that you need, right? I'm gonna plug
Mhm.
myself for a minute, because
Yeah.
this is imperative to where we're going.
Yeah.
And call the People's Empowerment Center at 209-718-9828. You can see us on Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook.
Man, that's powerful.
We deal with
Yes.
loss. We deal with anger through self-actualization
Mhm.
while sitting in circle and being able to just talk about the whoa. This is what it's doing to my body. I can't sleep, and you just sitting in your truth. Nobody corrects you. I've sat in circles with racists. And guess what? I had to practice that indigenous understanding of what it meant. We're all interconnected, whether we don't like it or not. So when one of us is out of line, guess what? The circle is out of line. It ain't rotating. It ain't harmonized. Come on, somebody. I'm downloading something right now.
Mhm.
So sometimes sharing your truth is helping somebody work through theirs. That's how
Man.
circle it is. When you come and sit together,
Yeah.
it ain't about us chanting and voodoo and hoodoo church people. I'm talking to y'all, because I've heard some of y'all saying it about Rebel, right? I laugh at it and embrace it. I said, oh, if I got that much power over y'all, right? That's not what I'm doing. I have always used my service for me as an act of love.
Mhm.
Those are my acts of love, is service. So when I sit in circle with these people and they tell me that their children are committing suicide or comments, you're telling me at a young age, being alone in that cell darkness, and I know that they had LCSWs in the prisons.
They did.
Right. So all I'm saying is there's still a disconnect. Our people need older people who've gone through it. Some of y'all want to say something about former incarcerated. So what is the R in corrections? What is it called? Rehabilitation. What is rehabilitation then? Right? If we're going to hold people's previous everything over their heads, how do they come back into society and give back and deter our children from the path? How do they teach? The elders have to go through things. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm rooting for you every which way. I know
Likewise.
I'm talking a lot,
Mhm.
but I feel like I gotta set some truth sometime and denounce some stuff that's out there, because I don't know about you, but I was called. I was called to do the work. I do it with my heart,
I was chosen.
and you was chosen. There you go.
I'm gonna have to go with that one.
And when
And
you know, and it's not cockiness.
It isn't. It isn't.
When you know what you're supposed to do, it took me a very long time, you guys. What?
You gotta
about
have that confidence
age 30
for yourself.
About age 35, it took me 34 maybe.
Mhm.
It took me to really understand. It really to fall back on him. You gotta pray to who knows you. Fall back and let him do it. Stand in your truth.
And I'm gonna say this, you know, speak like we were talking about
Speak
the
life.
positive
Speak life.
affirmations.
Yes,
It's
speak
so
life.
it's so important, like, because, and I'm telling you, like, anybody that is out there, when I tell you I've mastered this, I was in a cell, dark place. I didn't look, I was going to kill myself. It was so bad because, for one, I'm in a situation where, it's like, I just came in, I got 8 years I gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Around all of this, man, it was, and then you just sit in the cell with your thoughts and then don't be locked down.
Ooh.
So look, so it came to a point where I was going crazy,
Ooh,
right?
God.
So I had
God
to
is
start
good.
controlling my thoughts because,
Regulate.
I'm telling you, it was starting to get back. So I started, what I started doing first?
Yes.
I started imagining that I was home.
Good
Every
grounding.
day. And then what I would do is
That's
I would
called
put,
grounding.
I would put
grounding.
like nice soothing music on. I stopped listening to rap music, all that heavy stuff, right? And I started putting nice soothing music on, and I started programming myself.
Let me narrate what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're using a little bit of guided, right?
Mhm.
I forgot what we call it, but it's a neurological way of just grounding yourself.
Mhm.
And then as you're doing that, your stress level is coming down. So
Yeah.
the cortisol level is coming down.
Yeah.
The nurses online.
Yeah.
Shout out to Quishan Thompson, the nurses online, so she could back up everything I'm saying right now. Please, if you can, put it in the chat, Miss Quishan Thompson. Talk about the trauma and stress levels, right? When you're in a good mood, what hormone are you releasing? Come on.
You're releasing what is it called?
Sometimes serotonin, sometimes dopamine, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So those feel-good hormones that are coming, guided imagery. Thank you, Sean Thompson. So that guided imagery therapy that you're able to listen to, it could be sensory.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when I'm dealing with my trauma victims, sometimes I'll have the African drums coming because they need to press and let their anger out. I'm sad. You're sad? Okay, come on. Let's get it out. Because you got to work that out of your body. When you do that, like how you were saying, you put that music in your ears, and then where did you go?
I took myself somewhere else, you know what I mean, other than the place that I was in, and I visualized myself somewhere else other than the place I was in. So that gave me something to look forward to, some hope, right? So I started imagining myself being home, and then I would take that negative thought away and try to replace it with something positive.
Okay, stop.
So
that's called CBT.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this man. See, this is what I'm saying. Smart. Our people are incarcerated. They'll be elders one day. They'll be let back into our communities. We either gonna shun them or we're gonna get with them. We're gonna invest in with them when they say, I don't want to go work for anybody. I was a dope boy on the street. I went and did my 20 years for selling dope in my community. I want to do something and come back into my community. They don't let you run elected office because you're a felon. And even if you do, there's a lot of paperwork to get a lot of those felonies off. You got to go against bad media, right? So it's hard getting into positions of power.
Yeah.
Once you've got into some trouble. So if the majority of the disparity of our African American brothers and Latinos are formerly in trouble, where's the power going?
It goes to the,
Oh, we don't have to say
Mhm.
it. That's a rhetorical question.
yeah.
I want y'all
It's
to
very
sit
rhetorical.
right there with it.
Yeah.
So this is why we have to uplift our brethren. And this is a queen talking about how to uplift our brethren, how to encourage our brethren when they get out. Tell them about what you needed when you got out. Because you said you went there and you lowered your stress, you learned skills, right?
I learned mental skill. I learned coping skills.
Yes, you
I
did.
learned, and you know, I started. So this is what I started imagining. Every fear that I had, you know, I had to counter those fears. You know what I mean? With every fear that I had, one of my fears, I didn't want my grandmother to pass away while I was locked up.
Mhm.
So I know this
That
is
was a
gonna.
motivating fear, though.
I know this is gonna sound crazy,
Mhm.
but I promise you, this is how I conquered that. Right? And I'm not saying every strategy works. Every strategy works. Every mental strategy works. But this is what worked for me. And so I imagined my grandmother had already passed away. And I imagined myself going through the pain and hurt over it already. And by me imagining that over and over again, it allowed me to go through the pain that I was afraid of experiencing from her death. And as I went through the pain already, I found that I don't know, I was able to like you know, not worry about that fear anymore because I had imagined that it had already happened.
So
You know what I'm
was
saying?
called exposure therapy. And you did it psychologically. That was dope. You actually didn't have to do it physically to be exposed to it and say, this is not for me. That's
Right.
amazing.
But
Or
it goes
vice versa.
But it goes back to
That's amazing.
mental training, right?
For sure.
Because you can be in like I've been trained mentally so much that the building could be burning down, everything could be crashing around me, and I'll be smiling and I'll be telling you everything is all right. Why? Because I've had that
Yes.
where everything was crashing down around me,
Mm.
and I had to mentally say everything is okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I started imagining myself having millions of dollars, being home. I imagine myself being married. I imagine myself having a beautiful wedding, which I did.
Yes, you did.
I imagine myself having children.
Woo.
I imagine myself.
Ashe.
I imagine myself, serving God. I imagine myself going to the church. I imagine myself being a better father, a better brother, a better mother. These are things I imagine for my life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
And-
we call it manifesting. When you're creative and you're imagining, and then you speak and you're manifesting. Like, I want these things. I'm going after them.
It's very powerful that you do.
Yes.
Everything that I've ever gotten, everything that I've ever done, I imagine I've had it in my mind first before I had it. Like,
yes.
And it never God never fails me. Like he never fails me. And if it doesn't come when I think it should come, it always smacks me upside the head right when I need it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Mom Loretta. The only power, she says, one needs is over themselves.
Hey man,
if you can self-regulate,
listen,
it's chess, not checkers. If y'all don't know, I have a chess room in every one of my counseling offices. In between visits, I'm playing chess. You hear me?
Hey, listen, real quick side note, y'all. She has some counseling offices that, I mean, like, you walk in them things, they'll blow you away. Like, really proud of you and your growth.
Thank you.
And, you stepping out in faith.
I create atmosphere. I create fairy godmother in there when I.
And we ain't talking about the lounge area that you got.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? With she got the lounge area too, the patio lounge area overlooking the city. You know what I'm saying?
We got event centers. My lovely brother-in-law, we got the event center downstairs, and I got a conference room, a very large conference room. Hit us up, y'all. We got event space. Plug ourselves right now. We got event space.
It's coming. That
holds 40 to 120 people.
Yes.
Definitely. So listen, we got three distinct places, and we create atmosphere. That's a lot of people are like, I think someone came in and they were like, you should get into interior decorating. I'm like, That's my business. They're like, you do that too? Yes,
Like,
with
yes.
Perfect Finesse Events, Catering Design. I haven't plugged myself in a very long
Mhm.
time
Go
because I've
ahead.
been building the other businesses.
Yeah.
But I do everything. I'm a cook, y'all. I design, I event plan. Right now, we're event planning the city's Christmas event. Yes, yes, yes. Rebel Ray will be working with Balloons Over Bullets along with the People's Empowerment Center, and we're gonna bring Christmas City, and we're gonna do it in a good way. And I'm gonna bring my expertise of event planning. Juneteenth was rough.
Hey, Juneteenth was awesome.
Juneteenth.
You did a good job.
Juneteenth
You know,
was rough, but
getting
let
that
me tell
together.
you, Milieu 1440 at the end, the gospel choir, y'all made it all right for Rebel. And I had my healing tent. So it was Ashe and Amen, Balloons Over Bullets. They stole the show from the what is that called? The stage. We have the big old stage.
Yeah,
They
it
stole
was
the
awesome.
show in the middle of the park. They had over 6,000 balloons that they threw in the middle. And when I tell you it was Black holiday, come on, let's go to the barbecue. Everyone popping, all the stands, people walking everywhere. They like, yes, we out. Finally, COVID.
Yeah.
We didn't
People are
have
tired.
not one incident.
Mm.
You
And
hear
see,
what
that's
I'm saying? And people were expecting us to have an incident because
Listen.
of all the riots and everything that were
And-
happening.
and-
So they were hard on us on that event.
Is it
But
me?
guess what? We pulled through it. Ashe.
Is
to
it
our
me? Rook? Is it me or
creator knows.
is there anybody that is just tired of drama, tired of dealing with nonsense, tired of like dealing with, you know, just the everyday shenanigans that happen every day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is piggybacking off of what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, me personally, I'm gonna just be real, you know, and going back to what we were saying earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm gonna sit here and watch these comments now.
sip my tea
I'm
real
gonna sip
quick.
my tea.
You know, after a while, you know, the longer you're here on this earth, the more you start to realize what's important and what's not important. You know what I mean? And you find yourself dealing with not only with unnecessary drama and unnecessary things in your atmosphere, you're dealing with yourself mentally, you know what I mean, financially, all the heartaches of, oh, I got to get up in the morning and go to this job, and then either people that call you and give you pain, and like all that. I'm done with that. Like, some people, if I feel like, you know, you're gonna give, if I feel like you have a package of bad news to give me that I'm gonna
let me
open,
tell you what Rebel's doing.
I'm not even gonna answer the
Let
call.
me tell you, a lot of y'all got the
I'm not
Shaquille
I'm not gonna
O'Neal.
leave you alone. I'm just
Y'all
gonna
got the
minimize my time
You
with
got
you.
the Shaquille O'Neal grandmama move I used to do in college, in high school, because you know I was hardcore. If I didn't have the footwork or like the
Did you
basketball
ever have a
dribble,
grandmama jersey?
yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, you know I
He was-
did. That was my character. I love
what team he played for.
Charlotte
Okay.
Hornets. What are you
Okay.
talking about?
I'm just saying, I
This
gotta
is
test it.
Rebel here.
I
No,
gotta test.
don't try to play me right
I gotta
now.
make sure.
Or
You
Collins,
know,
you try to play me right
I
now?
got it. No,
You try
I'm
to
just.
try to
I
play
got.
me.
I gotta check. I gotta see.
No, don't try to check it.
I'm saying, you know, I see you on point. We on point.
So can I say something? I love myself, right? I love myself. Okay. I look like my people. So a very close sibling of mine, and this is a side note, a very close sibling of mine did their ancestry, and it said that they're from Nigeria. And you know, Rebel has a lot of friends, and one of my Nigerian friends was like, you know, you look like one of the tribes over in Nigeria. And I was like, what? It's like, your people, your sister, like, it's your foreheads. And I was like, nah,
So
right? Listen, let me tell you, it's not Seminole. We thought it was Seminole, or we thought it was like the Cherokee side with the
It's the Nigerian.
This is the Nigerian that came through
I wonder
this far up. I can't make this up. I gotta look up the name, but the name was like, it's not Igbo, and it's not Igbo, and it's not, I can't say it, I'm sorry. Or it's
This
not
is the
Yoruba.
tribe that you're saying?
It's the tribe of Nigeria.
Oh, yeah.
When he sent me the pictures, I was like, oh my God, it looked just like Naraya and me when we were younger.
Dang, wow.
And it was amazing to kind of see your image, like, dang, across the world, right? Like that's really my people, right? It has to be. They look just like us. And they used to run up on my mom and my auntie thinking they were Ethiopian.
Wow.
So you know how your children look Ethiopian, Naraya does?
Uh-huh.
Naraya looks Ethiopian. So a lot of people used to run up on us and ask us that, or started talking in their language.
Yeah.
Is it Eurasian? Is that their language? I don't know everything, you guys. Is it Eurasian?
I don't know.
No.
You got me on that one.
Hello, Joy Ben.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank
you. Yeah, so anyway, I said all of this to say this. Art Collins, he's doing stuff in the studio, which I appreciate. But I am seeing that the red light glare is bouncing off of this forehead of mine.
You want the red light off?
Oh my God. Did you really see that? I kept trying to.
What?
I tried to do my little shake.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Is that a little better? No, it's still huge. It's a big head. I love my head. My babies have my head. When it came out, I said, he got a hexagon head. The points. No. He had a pointed head.
No, it's just that, you know,
he
you
had
got
a pointed head.
I ain't gonna let her do him like that. You got the baby's head got to shape into place. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, like my daughter, I had to, you know, shape it into place a little bit.
Look, and my auntie, bless her soul, Auntie Faye, she said, you gotta shape the baby head like this. Y'all, I'm so unapologetically Black and cultural, so don't mind me. This is Rebel being Rebel. I don't want to be a therapist right now. I'm in my studio. Look, doing like this. Look, you shape the baby head like this. So I brought it to my mama. I said, Mama, can you shape his head like Auntie? She said, you would go. Sister tossed it out right. She was in the shade tree. Look, she in the shade tree. What? Just shaking some shade sometimes. She don't even know.
For sure.
And so she'll step out the shade tree and she'll look at you like, what happened? You're like, Mama, the stuff that you say. Like she'll give you a lot of backhand comments. She say, Rachel. I'm like, yes, Mama. Right now, here I am going on 40 years old. And she go, where you going? I said, I'm grown. I ain't even there yet. I'm grown, right? I said, you can't tell me what to do anymore. She go,
you can't tell me what to do anymore.
She said, you ain't going out there like that. She said, why you dress all on your hiney?
Hey, you know, she ain't playing.
She said, what you trying to catch? I said, I do like Maya do.
Yeah.
I be so appalled. I go in, I change the whole thing all over again. She said, and you know, this is a Black mama, y'all, right? This is a saved church Black mama. So all y'all feminists, y'all relax for a minute. I'm a bad feminist, okay? So I love body image. I support all of us, but this is me being cultural, telling you about my Black church mama. So she's like, yeah. And you know, what you got going up there? You just got everything going on up there. Like that, right? And I go, no, I don't, Mom. It's covered up. See, Mom? And she'd be like, Rachel, you got to go back in there and change. We go back and forth. And I love it.
Well, at least you got a mom that love you enough.
Come on now. And I had to stop.
care about you enough.
Come on. I had to step back and I had to go, okay, look. She didn't have her mama to do that.
Come on.
At her age, she did not have her mother. My mother came out to California to be with her sisters and stayed here with my daddy, with nobody here in California, and raised us and reared us really well. My mom would be like, you act like you don't got no sense. You know, like you don't got no class sometimes. I said, Mom, I just want to be myself. I've been like this since kindergarten, maybe the age of 4. But she told me, she said, Rich, you always been like this. They even put you in an infant straitjacket one day. And I was like, Mama.
Wait,
Mama.
hold on. Rewind.
Listen.
Hold on.
Listen.
An infant.
I can't make it up.
Straight jacket.
I can't make it up.
Rachel, you was crazy from birth.
Boom, boom. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the.
Rachel was a baby,
edge.
like about to. Baby Chucky.
They're trying to keep me from people going under. What's this? How you go? How you doing?
They like to give me
I don't. That we should know
I know.
those lyrics.
I
Those are
remember.
dope lyrics. But yeah, man, they put me in an infant straitjacket. My mom said, you know,
It's like a jungle sometimes.
They
It makes
cut-
me wonder why I
keep them going under. Here we go.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder.
Keep them going under. That's a
Yeah,
That's really hard.
hard.
But yeah, you know, chilling at my godmama's house. You know, I don't know what they have a sisterhood, and I don't know what they was doing over there at my godmama's house.
Yeah.
Love my forever. She's my forever first lady. We just put her to rest, so always a shout out to my godmom, Mother Nellie Sauer. But yeah, at her house, she had that big old 80s furniture, 90s furniture with the pointed wood wood coffee table. And I remember I had 3 concussions in my life. That was one of them.
Mhm.
And my mom said I was just like, I was clumsy, but my mom was just like, I was everywhere. Like Mirrors. And she said I said boom, but I hit it so hard. She didn't think it went down that deep.
Mhm.
And I hit the corner of the glass table. She said I went down.
I'm sorry.
She
It's
said
not
I was-
funny, but
She said I was splurting blood like this.
ooh.
So she said she hit me like this, compressed it, and they ran to the emergency. They didn't run, but you know how black folks tell story time.
Yeah, they're gonna
How
put
we
that
telling
shit on.
stories. So they got into the car and went to whatever. So I'm like, okay, so what happened next? How did I get in the infant straitjacket? She like, well, I didn't know the cut was that long. She said, Rachel, and she, you know, my mama, when she tells a story, she exaggerated. She said, that's where I get it from. She said, it was this big, the Q-tip. They stuck it down in your eye and you kicked the nurse. Boom! You kicked her like she fell out. Oh! And that's when they brought it out, Rachel.
They said we ain't gonna have part 2, round 2 of that. Oh. Wow.
She said that's when they brought it out. You know, the art of storytelling, like the suspense. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. She's like, they put it on you, and you like this. But they cleaned it up and they stitched it, so that's why y'all can't really see it. But it's a slice across my eye. That was my first concussion and my first like real big injury.
You know
I
what?
guess.
That kind of happened to me one time.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers was having like this rock fight. I was staying in a city called Seattle, right?
Yay,
So-
Seattle.
Yeah, and so we were in the backyard, and so we was having this rock fight, and no lie, like my older brother,
Oh Lord.
Got,
Why
like-
do boys do that?
yeah, this like it was some big dirt rock, but it had
Yeah.
a big old rock inside,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think he saw that. So when he threw it, it hit me right in the head.
No. Oh, you have a
Busted.
soft spot.
Yeah, look,
Is
you
that a
see
soft
it? You
spot?
see the
Oh,
scar?
yeah, I see the scar.
That's from my brother.
I always
Yeah.
thought you got that in prison because I imagine
No.
you in the prison movies. I'm fighting for my life. I might be in a corner,
Yeah,
but don't you come for me.
Nah.
I'm Art Collins.
It's not even like that. Prison
So
ain't
that's
like
why
how people think it is.
I thought that's what I never brought the
Yeah.
scar up. 'Cause
No,
he has a Harry Potter scar.
I do. I have a Harry Potter.
He has a Harry
I
Potter
do.
scar. It's deep.
My
and
brother
looks
gave it
like
to
me. So it
You
was
know,
from a rock.
Yeah, and it
That's
busted my head open.
amazing.
I had to have stitches. And
My goodness.
the ambulance came and got me. You know what I mean?
Woo.
Anyway,
The fate of that rock chose your forehead.
man, it did.
Boom, boom, boom.
It said, "Listen, I'm going to tattoo you for life." Okay. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, you know,
what were we talking about? 'Cause
we were
jumped
talking
around
about
so much.
motivation and
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, because there's a lot of people going through dark times right now. I see it
Yeah.
on people's faces. Sometimes I'm driving and I just look at people. You know, I'm a people watcher.
I think I'm going through the spell,
What's
the change.
the change?
I'm just hot all the time.
It might be like the midlife crisis thing. going?
It's not midlife crisis. We got to be educational for our people and normalize that our women gonna go through this
I'm sorry.
premenopausal.
Okay, I see.
I'm gonna
You
normalize
said it.
it.
I didn't. I
It's
didn't
not
want to.
me telling my business, but I'm
Yeah.
just I can't regulate my temperature after the baby, his last baby. So
yeah, so you know, a lot of people I'm driving, I see people like the faces on, like some people be like looking like they ton of stress, worry, like you know what I mean, like and we got to get out of that. It has to stop. In our mind, we have to break that cycle at some point, because if you don't, you know, you're gonna be that hamster on a wheel, and you're gonna keep going, and it ain't gonna stop, and you're gonna find yourself years and years is gonna start going by, and you ain't been able to get self right. A lot of people aren't right because they're not right with self. This is why you see people homeless and like barking at cars and stuff, because there's something that happened in their life where they allow this to go.
You know what? You know, my last time that happened in my life, I told myself,
you were barking at.
I told myself I'll do this. I'm gonna be this all day long.
Oh yeah, come on.
All day long. Yes. And I went there.
Yes.
Listen, I wear things now, not for y'all. I wear it to inspire me. When I look in
you
the
have
mirror,
to inspire yourself.
When I look in the mirror, this right here, I see this. CEO 6 figures, right? Or more. Like, gotta have it.
You have to have,
gotta have it.
A mentality of change. You see what I'm saying? You have to got
6 figure, 7 figure, 8 figure income.
Have a vision board, something.
Whatever
you know what I'm saying?
Do.
Look, I'm scared to tell people what my vision is. I'm scared to tell. Look,
y'all can die. We can
you're
die.
not supposed to cash your pearls
before out.
You're not supposed to cash your pearls before swine, so I don't. But if I told some of y'all like what I really felt about myself and my life and where I'm trying to go, some of y'all would laugh at me and you would think I could not accomplish.
It's not for you to share with everybody.
So I can't share it with people because
you gotta sometimes,
you know what I mean? I gotta do it.
The transformation.
I gotta do it. You know what I mean? Woo. Because I got the faith to do it.
Hello, somebody.
So I gotta do it.
But it was your
vision. You got the faith to do it, you just gotta do it. You can't.
Brother, it was your vision, wasn't nobody else's.
See, everybody got their own road.
We do that. We try to share.
Yeah.
It's not ready for sharing.
It's not. It's not.
He gave it to you.
Yeah.
You downloaded it. Now he's like, okay, do something with it because it's $1 million idea. Trust yourself.
Yeah.
Overcome mistrust of yourself.
Yeah.
Execute like you're getting a paycheck every day. I execute that I'm getting a residual income of $100,000 every week. I want $100,000 every week. Just residual income. That's what I want for myself. I want to recreate wealth for my family.
Yep. And then you figure out, okay, how can I get there? Now you got to figure out something that you enjoy, like something that you can master. So everybody has a gift. Every person on the planet Earth with a fingerprint, you have a gift, and God is giving you a gift. You just got to tap into it. I tell
people I'm my own atmosphere.
Man, you have to create your own atmosphere.
I'm my own atmosphere. Yeah. Y'all be like, Rachel on that unicorn stuff again. What is she talking about? And I'll be like, I know.
Rachel's a hippie.
I'm a black hippie. I'll be the first one to
somebody said Rachel ain't ready for change. No, hold on a sec. Rachel, you ain't going through no change. Oh, with the middle part. Yeah. You're too young, girl. You're too young.
That's from the nurse. So she probably knows, but I know that's how I feel. And I don't know if I'm just getting older or I didn't put on some weight. So let me tell you something. I'm just going to say it. And Rebel feels some type of way, but the Wolf Lodge, the place with the hotel, the Great Wolf Lodge, they so disrespectful. They so
really
disrespectful.
Prices?
No. Wow. I can deal with the prices.
They look kind of high.
They're very high, but you get a lot with it. You get your little badge. I took the kids. Now, Rebel, she wanted to be fun. You know, I didn't post a lot of pictures because I was looking. When you drop somebody in some water and then they don't know how to swim, that's what I was looking at. Each attraction, I couldn't catch up with the kids. I was like, I'm too old to be out here. If I slip and fall, I'm like, if I slip and fall, Jesus, that's a hospital bill, right? That's how I'm thinking now. I'm not thinking like those young days where I used to hop on a motorcycle, go down the freeway doing 110 miles an hour. Yeah, you know who called my daddy? Lance and Gary. Lance and Gary called my daddy and said, We just saw Rachel on a motorcycle. She was doing 110 down the freeway.
Dang.
And I think about all of that. I think about my young days. That's when I say when the fog roll in, I reminisce. Think about all the happy times, me playing ball at the community center. I think about all of that, and I'm grateful. But it brought me to this point where I'm like transcending. I'm self-actualizing. What is next? For
You
me,
are bigger.
What is next?
You are bigger than what you know you are. I promise you. Like.
What's next?
Right,
I
listen,
have great expectations.
Rachel.
Let's go.
See,
You got to get hyped for yourself. So that's why I said I got to be my own atmosphere. I know what's up here.
Rachel, where you're gonna be, you're gonna be up here.
Come on, let's go.
And the cold part is it's not gonna take long to do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, you got to have confidence in yourself as a person.
Yourself.
I refuse. Like there was times where, you know, I used to feel like I wasn't smart. There was times growing up I used to feel like I wasn't good enough. There was times I felt like, you know, maybe I couldn't do certain things.
Yes.
I will never let nobody make me feel like that ever again.
Ooh.
I will never let nobody not let me feel like I'm a boss. I will never let nobody tell me that I'm something that I'm not. Because guess what? You have to be confident within yourself to know that you are a boss. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't no boss. Guess what? Because you ain't waking up and going to sleep with them every day. Guess what? You know what I'm saying? You ain't seeing these people every day. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror. If these people allow you to walk in mediocrity, guess what? You know what I mean? You're the one that blew it.
And it's
because you're somebody.
Let me tell you something. My mom, the queen that she is, one of the most humblest things around here. And she taught me to be like just like that. And then people run over you thinking for whatever reason, they could just mistreat you. You walk in your confidence.
You keep going.
You cannot listen.
You keep going.
Listen.
Yeah, keep going.
And this is someone who is coming from, because I listen sometimes to people. It deterred me from my path of greatness. It was always professed over me I would be great.
You are great.
And I'm going towards my greatness. I still want to exceed. Again, I told you, being a mortician's kid taught me some things. Burying you all's loved ones, seeing y'all grieve, did some things to me as a child. Wasn't bad things. I was exposed to secondary trauma. It wasn't my trauma, but it taught me lessons. I had a very older spirit about me. I love older people. I prefer older people. I date old too, but I prefer older people. I can understand them. I enjoy their stories. And so with all of that is wisdom. And let me tell you, I'm coming into it. Yeah. I can feel it, and it's okay. And I'm embracing it. I'm embracing slowing down a little bit, listening to self-care, paying attention.
You ain't got to always be in a hurry. You ain't got to be hitting that gas all the time. Take your time.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Slow down a little bit, you know, and know that you are special.
Yes.
Appreciate
yourself.
The key to starting to grow in any aspect of your life is knowing that you're special.
Yes.
And knowing that you are somebody, and it ain't being cocky. Knowing that you are somebody and not letting nobody, you know what I mean, take that away from you.
And we're going to end right there, brother. That's been an hour. We're going to stand on that.
Yeah.
Follow us on our journey. We are growing. We have 2 new podcasts. We'll be so excited announcing very shortly in the near future that are coming up the umbrella of the AOL Against All Odds podcast family. Yes. You all are going to love it.
You're not just getting Rubber Ray R. Collins now.
No. And guess what? We started the mold, but guess what? We can sit back, do our thing, and executive produce. Come on, somebody. Because we're talking about experiences, right? We're talking about things of net worth, right? And so in this digital age, these things are something we need to pay attention to as people. And capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Right? Capitalize on that.
Definitely.
So what I was going to tell you. So, we're all having a grand opening. We're going to be coming
Yeah.
to you with all of the information and where you could purchase your tickets. Remember, the tickets actually go out to our arts initiative,
Yeah.
and that is Arts for True Stocktonians who are coming out. The inner city children,
The youth.
they need
That's
somewhere to do,
this is for the
something to
youth.
do. But the artists need to be connected back to the community because we forgot that art is healing. Every type of genre of art
Yeah.
is healing. So it's healing for the soul and it helps you. It's therapy, right? And so we want to provide that space here. That is one of the programs we'll be running. Along with renting this space out, you can rent the podcast, the stereo equipment, and the actual booth area, along with the entire building if you need
The
to.
event center. Yeah.
You're going to email AAO podcast 209 at gmail.com to inquire about any of the events. And guess what? You'll be catered to. And it's lovely. Our Collins, shout out to Mrs. Collins, Renetta Collins. They did a wonderful job with designing the venue. It's intimate and it holds about 60 people, right? Very intimate gathering. So if you need a quick place, hit our Collins up for the event space. You need catering, I'm your person. And I have other things, right? I have other connections, right? So if I'm not one good fit, I have connections. So we're gonna plug ourselves always, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share.
Please share. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us each week. Definitely we got a lot of dope stuff coming your direction. Also, what we're going to be doing here too is having a live studio audience with us at the show while we're here live, so you guys can see. We have the big TVs, where you can see us
downstairs.
Set up downstairs where you can see, us in action. We'll and especially when we bring guests, we'll be having regular guests. We'll have celebrities.
We're gonna get back to our guests. We're gonna let things kind of die down with the whole COVID thing.
Yeah,
letting people in and just having our protection in place. We want to support the recovery of America in the best way possible. And that's how we're going to play it, folks, right? We want to get back to somewhat of a normalcy. It might be a new normal, but it's going to be things that hopefully keep us safe psychologically, mentally, and physically. Right?
Definitely.
So all of those three are one. Let's not get that twisted. We forget that mental health is a part of the body too.
Mental health is, man,
the physical body. So the mind is still a part of the body, y'all. Let's regulate mental health. Let's normalize it, right, my people?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
So, and shout out to Joy Van. Thank you, Joy Van. I will hit you up. She said my scholarship program is open for the youth. If you guys have youth that need a scholarship.
Yes.
So
this is
Joy,
this is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do for the youth.
This is good. This is beautiful. So Joy, I'll get with you a little later. Because we love partnering with people in the community through the People's Empowerment Center. So if we can connect our youth, our clients, or any of our youth that come our way with extra funds for school, for toiletries. A lot of our youth, just side note, they struggle with washing their clothes.
Yeah.
You all, they do. Certain things that you don't take in consideration, and it lowers their self-esteem when they have to wear dirty clothes or just not go to school because they don't have clean clothes.
It does.
So just keep everything in mind. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Still looking for donors to potentially feed the needy this Thanksgiving. So Rebel will keep you updated on that. Again, email AAO podcast209 at gmail.com. If you're willing to participate, volunteer, bake a turkey. We're going to be feeding hot food because it's a lot of people. Even if you were to give them a box, they don't have a place that they can really prepare the food in the box. And then there are people who have homes, multi-leveled homes, and the one box is not enough for the entire family. Families, 3 families, 2 families, 4 families in one home. So enough of all that social justice advocacy. Thank y'all. I live it. I'm sorry. Thank
we
y'all.
appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember that you are somebody, you know what I mean? And if you are up against the odds, you gonna make it out. Just believe in yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Ashe.
You know, and hey, you know, hey, that's it, I guess, huh?
That's it.
We love y'all. You know what I mean?
Closer to my